Let's do a quick sound check. Can you guys hear me? Does it work? Is it working? Let's do a quick, Yes, it's working. Aloha, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. And welcome back to a live stream the day after my crash with my DJI Avata. So I've seen already Matt Bagwell is in the house. I've seen Wet Fusion, Mike Henrik, Rennick, sorry, my bad. And Adrian Hines, Lynn Smith. What's up, everybody? And yeah, today we're going to be talking about my crash that occurred, what I found out, and I actually got my own crash footage. Believe it or not, I got my own crash footage. The way I did that is pretty simple. The last 10 seconds, thanks to Jake Fewless that messaged me on Facebook and told me, bro, did you check it out? So within the functions, there is a function within the goggles that you can record or that has the last 10 seconds of your flight stored. So you can't download it, but I started filming it first with the Go 2, the Insta360, the Go 2. Wasn't all that. So I took bigger measures into place and I used my tube lens, the macro lens, and I put it up against it. I removed the foam of the glasses, put it up, set it up over there, and I recorded it. And I made a small clip just for this live stream today that we're going to be taking a look at, and including the telemetry and including my stick input. And then we're going to talk about everything else that I found out about it. To get started with this whole thing, just to let you guys know, I'm still a huge fan of the DJI Avata. I have learned my lesson. I am overwhelmed by the positive comments that I got from you guys, the support that I got from you guys. I have to give out a huge shout out to my donators, especially like St. Kenny, and then crap, I knew I should have wrote down his name. He donated $50 within my video as well, and then of course JB, who sent me some money via PayPal, which is like, I don't know what to say. I'm really overwhelmed with the support that you guys have rendered me with this, and I'm trying to look right now for his name, Mr. He's actually a firefighter. He doesn't really make that much money. Jens's Aerial Imaging. So he's the one who donated $50 in the thanks donation, and I have to tell you, I'm very thankful for that, and thankful for all the comments that came out, that came upon. And of course the haters sent me emails too and said, are you gonna make a DJI this video about this? No, I'm not. I'm just informing people on my experiences just to clear that up. So I see Alika is in the house. We have Teching Check, we have Snapper Tight, Arizona Drone Dude. What's up, my man? I am still hurt. I'm definitely still hurt, and I'm gonna set up. I kind of like made it where I wanted to show you guys. So I used the FPV controller. So after my crash yesterday, and after making my video and editing, putting it up, and then I still was hurt, and I talked to my wife, and I told her, I don't know what I did wrong, but I'm pretty sure I didn't do anything wrong. And she said, yeah, I believe you. And so I opened a claim ticket, but because there's no other way than to click on fly away, because I didn't crash and I didn't retrieve the drone, I made a flyaway ticket, which would cost me $220. DJI support was really, really good. They came straight through. I slept over it the next morning. I had email in my stuff, and they accepted my claim, and they actually offered me the flyaway stuff. Now, after getting a couple emails and messages from people, I was encouraged through them to tell DJI support, you know what? This is on you, because this is a programming issue. This is a hardware issue. Is there any way you guys can send me a drone for free just to see if it works? If not, I'll just do the flyaway stuff. I have no problem doing it. I would have had a problem, but now with the generous donations that I got, I'm way over half price there. I got like $160 together in all the donations that I received, so which leaves me short of like $60 in order to make up for the $220, and they take over for the shipping and stuff. So if that falls through, then we'll do that, but I'll keep you guys updated based on what DJI is going to say and how they're going to do stuff, and yeah, how things are. Now, to show you guys, I'm going to share this screen with you guys that this drone is actually capable of doing certain things. Share screen. There you go, share. So let's hope it goes through. There we go. So this was from that very same day that I flew, and just to show you guys that I did the same maneuver right here. I went into manual and I did the maneuver multiple times. This is just a test to try out, is she really capable of catching herself without prop wash? I did the maneuver to the left right there. I had no issues doing it, and I was flying it, and I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. And I played around with my settings and did the horizon setting. There's the flip, and she caught herself, and I was like, okay, she can do a flip and stuff, and yeah, there's no issues whatsoever. And I even came back afterwards after I did this turnaround right here. And then I went past my car. There's my car right there again. You guys can see it right here, my car. So that's the white Charger. So now I'm going to do another flip just to see how it works. And I was like, okay, she's really, really good with this. Then I went up a little bit higher to do a roll just to see how it goes. And it was okay. So this is just to show you guys that this drone is actually capable of doing stuff with the FPV controller without having issues. So this is where your confidence level rises. It literally rises, okay? Now, with a confidence level that high, what needs to be addressed in that whole thing is that I had a crash with my drone. What I realized with that crash, what happened was that the home point changed, guys. So I'm showing it to you right here. So the reason why I didn't see this line right here is because I looked at this guy right here, and I was worried about him. And I was like, oh, okay, he might look up, whatever. And I've seen these cars coming. That's why I did not pay attention to this line. So I come around, and my home point is still here with me at my car right there. So while she stayed with my car right there, that's where the home point is at. Now, boom, I hit it. Now watch where my home point ends up. My home point is somewhere up in the sky, right over here, like all the way up there. And it had that impact detected and all that stuff. And it's like, huh? Now the drone is not responsive at all, like at all. She's not doing anything. I'm trying to hover her right there. I'm trying to have her come forward, and she's not coming forward. She just keeps rolling backwards, almost hitting this car, which I'm lucky that it didn't. And it just kept going until it finally, boom, hit the ground, okay? So it hit the ground really, really hard, and the battery ejected, and which was actually not a problem because I had it where the battery did not get ejected, and I had the FPV controller. This was flown with the motion controller. Now, here's an important thing. This was a few days prior to this incident that I crashed my drone, where I am not sure what the hell had happened there. So this is a free straight line, and I want you guys to pay attention to. This is the motion controller, because you see where I'm looking at. The crosshair is what the drone is trying to match this circle with. So while going like this, I want you to pay attention to the home point at about this time right there. You see how the home point just switched? Now, at first, that's nothing bad because you don't think nothing of it. But I'm going to back this up and let it run through. You're going to see the home point switch. Now watch my circle not moving at all, and you're going to see my drone twitching out left and right. This was several days prior to me flying with the FPV controller. Switch off the home point, boom, left, right. Now she's going to go right, she's going to go left, and I'm like, oh, what the? And so I got off the throttle, and then I went back again, and she was behaving normally. That was after I did plenty of my investigation throughout this whole thing, where I realized that, whoa, the home point actually does switch. So it seems to be a GPS problem. It's like a red flag that should have told me that something is not right. I didn't have any problems with the FPV controller prior to that. I flew it at home many times. I flew it in secured areas like a park that is wide open area where there's no people around. I flew it with that. My confidence level in rise, which ended up at the video where I showed you guys how I did a flip and a roll, because before that I didn't even consider any flips or rolls, because I just figured because she's smaller and she's considered as a Cinewhoop, I didn't want to go ballistic with it, because that's what you have FPV for, not a Cinewhoop. A Cinewhoop is not made for it. The reason why you use the controller is to have a little bit more control, where you can more like dive things and stuff, and she's actually going to be faster. And because of the control of the gimbal tilt that you're going to have, where you can put it from 0 to positive 40, 50 if you wanted to go balls to the walls if you want to, you know what I mean? So, and it's just when your confidence level is high up like that, you're ready to do more. So I was ready to do more. I busted out the freewheel filters that was sent to me. I put on the freewheel filters, and I was flying the day before. And then that morning, I set up everything the night before. I went out to the beach, to one of my most liked locations where I usually film a lot, because you have the capability of filming against the sun, which is important with the ND filters. You have the blue ocean, you have the blue sky on the top, you have like rocky, reddish, blackish area in between, because it's a old lava flow area. And on the left of that, it's like an oasis where I fly. There's green, lush foliage. So there's like bushes and trees. So you have 4 contrasty images in one flight. So that's why I keep going there with my ND filters, because I can fly it in the morning against the sun. When I turn around, you have an enormous view of beautiful scenery and landscaping, including the ocean, coastline, and everything else. That is why I go there, because my confidence level is so high up. After I did the flying, now I'm going to bring you guys to my actual crash footage. Okay, so this is my crash footage. So this is where you see that you are going to be able, within the settings, there is under safety, and then you just keep scrolling all the way down, and right there it says camera view before loss. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Jake. Jake is the man. Jake is my messiah. He's my savior, because this footage right here is the footage as I had described it as so long. And there was a video that I actually tagged in my crash video, or in my I lost my DJI Avata video, which is by Rob HK, which describes the entire situation just like mine. Should we watch that first? No, we're gonna watch this. So now, boom, I click on this. This is my flight right there. This is the last 10 seconds. As you can see, I fly around here. I'm gonna go over these trees right here. There's a tree line right here. It's not as blown out in real. It's just when I recorded it off the screen and stuff, it's because the footage and stuff, because it's, yeah, I have to go really high in ISO. So it's not actually that blown out. So I go dive down towards the ocean like I did before. I showed it to you guys. Now I'm deciding, let me back up just to show you guys. I am there. This is me. This is my charger right there. The white charger that you guys just seen on the ocean side on the other side, okay? My home point is there as well. This is me. I'm not even that far away. This is maybe like 100 feet in altogether, okay? So I'm coming down towards the coastline, and I decide somewhere in between right now to turn left and catch the waves. And whoop, she just wipe on. There she goes. Now, here's the telemetry of that whole thing. You're going to see the flight path. This is the entire telemetry, how I pulled it down. And this is my stick input. I blew it up again to just show you guys what my stick input is at that time. And you can see that I'm not really doing anything bad except for full on throttle, go down on throttle, slight course corrections. And you're going to see that there are some course corrections to go to the left. I want to do my left turn. Now watch what these guys tell me afterwards in telemetry, what it recorded, what I was doing. While it's upside down right here already. It's upside down. I'm not doing anything else. My stick input has not changed at all. Now it tells me that I'm full speed up and full backwards. Where's this drone facing? It's facing forward, downwards into the ocean right now. And there you see, I'm trying to go up in power, okay? So that is pretty much the stick input, how you would fly it. Every FPV pilot can tell you that I did not do anything wrong and that this was solely on the DJI drone itself. And I'm gonna pull up Rob's video, because Rob's video, Rob HK, if you guys haven't seen it, I'm gonna pull it up for you guys and I'm gonna show you in comparison right after you guys just watched that video. Where is it? There's Rob HK's video. I'm gonna leave it on silent because I don't have his rights to his music. But I'm gonna show you guys right here Rob HK stuff. Let me share the screen. Share screen. There. Boom. Share. So here we are at Rob's channel. Let me make this bigger. So there's the video, and pretty much, whoop, you seen it? He pretty much had the same issue. He's coming up. And the funny part is he's the same height, same speed. He's about 15 meters per second, which is like 20 something miles per hour. And then he's about 14 meters up. Whoop. See that? That's the same reaction as my Avata did. So you guys seen it. Okay. So there seems to be a problem within the stick input, and it's not only with the FPV controller, okay? It's also with the motion controller, as I have shown you guys prior on the other video with the Homepoint just switched. Somebody said that there is something with, I believe Nurk who said it, that his GPS whatever is messing up, where he had some stutters and flicks. I haven't gotten to find that video yet, but Rob HK's video is like the closest to the incident. When I seen it, it's like literally I was reliving my own situation again, and I texted him and I told him, so bro, this is the same way mines went down. And because I didn't have no imagery of it, it made me look like I'm feeding off of him. Well, now I have the imagery. I literally was able to retrieve it and to show you guys. And it's exactly the same maneuver too. Like, I mean, we can play it next to each other. Let me pull up the auto one. I can literally show you that stuff next to each other as a video. Let me make this available for you guys. I hope my stream is going to survive this. Let me fix this and that. Let me make that a little bit smaller. Here we go. So, and share the screen. There you go. Share. Come on. There you go. So it shares the screen. So pretty much this is going to be the same style right there. Whoop, whoop. That's the same motion, guys. Literally, you guys can rewind this right now in this live stream, whatever you guys want to do. That is the exact same motion. If you put it next to each other, and I think I'm going to put a video together just based on the information that I've gathered so far, that is the exact same motion with the same maneuver too. While his one ditches over to the right, mine's one ditches over to the left, but it does the same thing. And the stick input is like, we didn't do anything different because we were ready to turn, right? So Flyzone says, how did you end up getting the feed? Okay, so I got the feed through, I'll show it to you guys again. It's within the goggles. Share screen. Share. There you go. It's crazy if you have two screens and you put them next to each other. So within your goggles, you have this part where it's in the settings right here, settings, and then you go to safety, and then you go down, and then you go on camera view before loss. So, let me go back. Right there, camera view before loss. So it shows right there. And as you guys can see, I have no drone attached to this. There's no drone because I don't have the drone. It's probably 100 feet down in the ocean, okay? So it's under settings, under safety, within camera view before loss, and you click on that, and it's gonna play you the last 10 seconds of your last, I guess, before the video feed gets cut, which is this right here. And as you guys can see, I have 26 satellites, I have full HD bar, I have 50 megabits per second in transmission. My RC is full on loaded. I have 77% within my goggles battery, and I have almost a full battery right here because I only flew slightly before with the tricks that I showed you earlier at that other beach, and then I went to this beach early in the morning, and I'm not doing anything crazy right here. But as you guys can see, I literally put that SD card, I pulled it out to put it within the Mini 3 Pro because I'm doing a comparison video between the two drones, the Avata and the Mini 3, in camera quality with the ND filters as well. So I'm putting in a lot of work just to inform you guys about things. And then you see this, I'm literally like a minute into my flight. I'm ready to just do this flight right here, and I wanted to do a similar flight route with my Mini 3 and come back down. And then I decided, oh, okay, I'm going to turn around because these waves are just about to build up and crush against this. So now for those who think that you can go swim here and dive here, let me tell you a story. So a little bit downwards, this part right here, several hundred feet down that way, I used to go down that side to go diving and catch lobsters and stuff. Coming up this way right here, this is all brand new lava flow. These rocks, they're sharp like razor blades. Like you get cut up really bad. This part right here, it might not look like much, but this is about 20 feet of cliff. And these waves, they are pounding right into here. And there are like multiple lava tubes underneath here that you get pushed in if you dare to dive down to that area. So I do not suggest anybody to go over there. And whoop. So right there, that's where she went. Bye-bye. Click. Just like that. So by the time I would go and look for the drone, it probably is with the undercurrent already like 150 feet away from the spot that it crashed, either to the left, right, wherever. So the search radius would be way bigger. And this is why I did this, because it's the exact telemetry for that time given that this thing was moving, and I put the stick input in there as well. And I recorded this. I recorded this from my screen inside the goggles. So like I said, I tried recording it before with the Go 2 to just hold the Go 2 small camera like this, the tiny Go 2, to hold it against this. I took off the foam of the glasses to have more room, so I could put it against the goggles like this. The footage didn't come out as I wanted it to, so I took measures in my own hands, and I took a $1,200 lens to put against this, which is a probe lens right here with an A7 III camera, and I put it together like this, and I just held it, and I kept pressing the buttons right here and hoping that I get everything sharp just to record this footage. And I got my footage. And it's like I said, it's because of people like you, the people who watch me. Because of you people, I got to solve this issue to get my own closure. Now it's all up to DJI. Like I said, they accepted my claim, and they said, oh yeah, we're gonna do the flyaway coverage. Yeah, well, I don't want to dish out $220 for something that is your fault, though, to be honest. I wasn't as brave yesterday. Yesterday, I was just worried about that they're going to accept my claim. Now that they did accept my claim, and I got a lot of messages from you guys and a lot of emails, some not as nice, where they blame me for being reckless with my drone. As you guys can see, I wasn't really reckless with it. Did I fly it like an FPV? I did. Even as a Cinewoop, you're supposed to be able to do this. I mean, the HD 35 that Alika flies around, he does those moves. He flips, he goes in between stuff. It should be able to handle that. And it did show you that before. Hence is why my confidence level was up here when I went to go fly it with that FPV controller. And I think it's a mixture of the GPS where it records the home point. As you guys, if you guys want to see it again, I can show it to you guys again. It had nothing. Where's my cursor? There you go. The Homepoint Switch. I'm going to pull that video up for you guys again. For those who might have come here later. Share. So this is my Homepoint Switch. So what I mean with that is I'm going... Oops, I went too far already. So I went the other direction first, and there's no problems. This is with the motion controller, and you can tell because you have this circle, right? And that circle is where I'm pointing at my controller at. So now I'm turning around and I'm coming back down, and I'm gonna make a long straight line this way, and my home point is still there. But when I get closer, watch the Homepoint Switch and watch what the drone does. It literally flicks to the left, flicks to the right, and it does it twice in a row. And that's when I stopped. I got the finger off the trigger, and she was still hovering. I said, okay, so I put the finger back on the trigger. Boom. You see that, how she just switches her own stuff like really fast? And that's when I realized that was a red flag. It should have told me already that something is wrong, but because it's not as frequent and it's really, really nothing that always occurs, is the reason why you don't really pay attention to it. You know what I mean? That's the only reason why you're not paying attention to it, because you only have it once. Like, oh, what was that glitch? Yeah, well, this glitch just cost me $700, or technically seen $220 plus the $220 that I dished out already for care refresh, which technically seen, most of you guys are right when you guys tell me that, because plenty of guys texted me and told me, bro, that's not your fault. That is DJI's fault. If it really went down like with Rob HK stuff, then that's on DJI. They need to do something about this, okay? I hope they will. They're a multi-million-dollar company. I'm just a tiny dude with $5,000 freaking, not even 4,300 subscribers. What impact do I have? Yeah, I can inform some people. You know, I can save somebody the headache. Hopefully, you know. So, and it's Time to Fly says, sucks either way. Good thing you're getting a replacement ASAP. I'm still in the works of it. I mean, since just yesterday, and they offered me to accept the stuff. And like I said, it still hurts. Like, my ego is hurt. I was like, oh my God, because all I had in mind at my point at that time was that I was thinking, crap, I seen Eddie Nunes' stuff, and I knew that he wasn't able to retrieve his drone, his FPV drone that went down with a GoPro. Mine's one went down with the Freewell ND16 filter, which the kit is not complete anymore now. So I probably have to either ask Freewell to send me another ND16, maybe single, or another pack, so I can finish my video. But I don't know. I mean, we'll see. If anything, if DJI tells me, hey, we're going to send you the drone for free, then I'll pick up with the donations that I received. I'm going to pick up another Freewell kit so I can finish the video. But still, it hurts, like losing something like that. And I don't wish that on nobody, you know what I mean? Because we all work hard for our money, and I'm by no means a huge influencer that makes thousands of dollars, six figures every year. You know, I have to work 16 hours a day, 5 days a week at a jail, being at a place where people hate you and want to whack you all day long, and it's dangerous. And I have to do that for what, $80,000 a year? You know, that's wow, really. I mean, the benefits are good and stuff, and you have medical and stuff, but still, yeah, it takes a toll. And then besides that, I'm focusing on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, anyways. So, Eddie Nunes, what's up, my man? How you doing? I literally just was talking about you. So Tommy says, bottom line, too many folks having lots of crash and burn problems. Yes, they do, and it's really bad. I mean, you should know. I mean, I should have known already, like that. I've been flying drones for like many years now. I have had a lot of drones. I'm not an FPV builder, so that's why I picked up the DJI FPV back then, and then that's why I picked up the Avata. It's because the convenience that you have with this thing, and you have the capabilities of having it in normal mode, sports. So this drone is amazing for what it is, and for the price that you're getting, and the camera quality you can get out of this with Freewell ND filters. Bruh, it's awesome. You can supplement all your GPS footage with this FPV footage. Anybody can be like a Sam Colder stuff. I kind of jinxed myself when I said I don't have no problems with it. Well, apparently I do have problems with it, which was a one-time deal, and it just ended up being really bad. Like, really bad right there. Because if anything, it would have probably just dipped back and boom, hit the ground. Well, it hit the ground. Just 5 feet away from the cliff. So, yeah, let's go through the chat some more, and we have Eat More Possum. What's up, my man? And then we have Hosted Diaz. So many flyaways with the Avata. What the hell? I've seen the other Chris Brockhurst, whatever his name. He had one where he just literally put it into manual. It was hovering up there, and lucky thing he had a couple of his friends, and somebody was filming his drone and him flying up there. He literally was from there, and it's the same stick input that it told him on the telemetry that he's doing that all the way up and all the way down on each side, that it showed up on mine for like a split second. So is that a bug? This coincidence of two YouTubers on the net totally separate from each other within a week's time? Something ain't right there. So DJI hopefully looks into that, and I hope they do something about it, you know. We have Bare Necessities, Aerial Photography LLC. What's up, my man? We have Jeffrey. Hey, bro. Sorry to hear about your drone. Yes, me too. And we have Skyfire Aerial in the house. What's up? Hello, brother. Sending the drone into the drink is my thing. No, that is actually Alika's thing. Alika, I think every time I meet with that guy, I think he sank like 3 drones already. Or 2. No, he sank 2 and he crashed 1 that we looked for like an hour and a half. And it's really hard to find that stuff. If the battery ejection, you cannot hear the beeping sound and stuff. Like, we walked past it like how many times? So, yeah, something like that happened with Eddie Nunes with his DJI FPV. Yes, it did. Eddie Nunes' stuff actually was his controller disconnected, and he wasn't able to get control back of it, and he restarted his controller, and then he just busted out his phone. He said, you know what, screw this, I'm going to take picture and video of this. And he literally was videoing it while it was hovering over the water. And instead of going back to home, which it should do, which I have a problem too with my Mini 3. Believe it or not, my Mini 3 does the same thing. I got an exchange thing because I went through the exchange with Amazon, and I just finished up the freewheel video, and I cannot trust that drone because this the second unit I received already, and it's always the same, where the controller just loses connection, and then my drone just hovers there. And it hovers there, and it hovers there. And in both instances that it just hovered there, lucky thing it was like literally like in front of my car, and the other one was like 50 feet down in the field. And it just hovered there. It doesn't come back, and you don't get no input whatsoever. And when it loses connection, it should come back to your home point. It doesn't. It just literally, it stays there, and it stays there until the battery is depleted, and then it just lands. So now if that happens above water, just like how it happened with Eddie Nunes, boom, your drone is gone, my friend. So that's pretty much what it is. Another thing that I just came to think of was I had a slide crash after my crash in the Kona side, which you've seen, my first crash with the DJI Avata. I tried to go through that tree stump, and when I happened to watch that footage, I should have grabbed that footage too. I totally forgot about it. So when I clipped the tree stump and the drone fell over, I used turtle mode to get it stand back up and then start up and then start flying again, and which worked great. No problem whatsoever. But the home point, I was like maybe like 100 feet away from it down the road. The home point when reset to the tree stump where she crashed, not to where I was at initially where we first took off. So I did not turn off the drone, and I did not change the home point. It did that on its own after the turbo mode, so it reset it itself to another home point from where it took off. So the home point always resets. So there is a problem within the programming within DJI software where the DJI Avata is trying to determine where is the home point, and the GPS location, as you guys seen in my other video where the home point just went somewhere else, might be the issue too, where it's just, hello, I'm going to put the home point somewhere else. So if that's the case, you got to be careful of where the home point ends up. The crash one, I don't blame it really on DJI because I literally clipped the wire and she can't get confused. Okay, but she showed up, the home point was like somewhere up in the sky, and I don't even know because it doesn't give you the distance really. And it showed like 500 feet away, and I'm like, what? Like 500 feet up in the air? Oh, that's the home point? Yeah. You gonna go up there? Where you gonna land up there? I'm just glad the way it went. I'm very, very thankful for you guys views, and for all you guys comments, and for all you guys donations, and for everything you guys have shown support for. And I'll just keep doing what I do best and share my experiences in this whole thing, and I'll keep you up to date on what the DJI Care Refresh actually is going to do. Like I said, they accepted my claim, and they said, hey, we're going to replace it if you paid it $220. Why don't you give it to me for free then? It was your fault to begin with. It's like a week and a half old, bro. You know? So we'll see what they say. Not trying to be greedy, just trying to get justice for us drone pilots. Somehow. I mean, I don't know what else to say. You know what I mean? Like, so. Alika says, at least it wasn't your fault when the drone dropped. Mine was because I was stupid, never checked my battery, I have voltage on my goggles. Yeah, well, we're not gonna tell. Even though this is a live stream, we're not gonna tell. And then Eddie said, "What's up?" And then like Alika said, I think it's a great drone, but they need to fix that GPS problem. Yeah, I think it's a GPS problem, and I think that's one of the biggest issues that they have. You know what I mean? And then Fly Zone Drone says, "Right on, 808 State. Hey, brother, thanks for all you do." Yes, you're very, very, very welcome. So we are 30 minutes into this thing, and I'm gonna, for those who tuned in late, I'm gonna give you a quick 10-minute rerun on everything that we have discovered, just in case. So share the screen. Oh, what did I do? What did I just do? Sometimes I swear, big hands, you know, when you gotta click on something, you're gonna mess that stuff up. So we go back to Robbie stuff. So Robbie's video. Right here is Robbie's video. So I'm going to start sharing the stuff that I first seen with share screen, share, boom, there. So this is Robbie's video. Rob HK, who had a crash as well. This is his landing approach where he wanted to just make one last move around the stuff, and he is going to go bye-bye. Boom, hit the ground. That is pretty much what happened to him. Now, what happened to me is that, where's the Avata crash? There. So there's the small tricks and maneuvers that I've shown before, and I'm going to show it to you guys again just in a quick rerun, where my confidence level has risen because of I went into manual mode right here, and I wanted to test it out how far she's actually capable of doing stuff. If she can catch herself right here, boom, she catches herself, no problem whatsoever. I go over to the other side, and I'm going to do like a flip just to see, hey, can you do a flip, and can you catch yourself doing it? So boom, she does the flip. Yep, no problem. We can do the flip. So I'm not the best in power loops, and I usually don't prefer to do movements like that anyways. I just wanted to see if she's capable of doing so. Yeah, it's above the water, I know. So now I come back and I do it one more time just for the hell of it, and I'm flying right here. Plus this gentleman right there was talking to me, and he said, "Oh, do a flip." And I said, "Okay, I'll do a flip for you." Boom, shoot, I do a flip, and he's like, "Whoa, I want to buy me one like this." And I was like, "Yeah, it's a cute little drone. It's really good fun." Now I'll go up here, and I figured, I'm going to do a roll. I suck in rolling. See that? I totally missed the whole freaking entrance, and then I just dropped down. But I kept flying, and this is why my confidence level went go up higher. Now, next to that, I ended up with the crash. This is where I wanted to point out to you guys what actually happened and why I crashed. And plus, oh, right here, I totally forgot. Interference in MC location. Now, because the way it's located in your goggles, and because you're paying attention to all this going around, there's people here, there's a car right there. You have aircraft in warning zone, fly with caution. This thing pops up once in a while in the bottom, and it says interference in MC location, motion controller location. What? It didn't have that when I take off. So when this pops up, you barely get to pay attention to it. So, and I didn't. I actually didn't. So now I come over this tree line, and I'm thinking to myself, okay. And then I see this dude right here, and I'm like, oh, crap. Get the guy. I hope I'm not, okay, I'm not going to do nothing stupid. So I come around, and I see these two cars, and I was like, I know this car is leaving, but that car is coming. So I don't know where he's going. Is he going to turn in here, or is he keep going? Okay, I got to go above him and come around this side somehow. So this is my maneuver I'm going to do. But I didn't see the freaking power line. You see this? See this guy? Right there. There's the power line right there. I don't see it because it lines up with the cars too. And I wouldn't have been able to react to this stuff anyways. Boom. Right there. I clip it. Now, what you guys had to actually pay attention to besides my talking is that my home point is at my car. I am here. This is where I'm at right now. Boom. I clip it. Come back around. My home point is all of a sudden 500 feet up in the sky. I'm like, well, 300 feet up in the sky, and we're like, huh? And the drone does not react, and she just falls backwards until she hits the ground and the battery ejects. Poof, bam. This is my second video I wanted to share with you guys. And then, of course, I come to the switch point where it is the Homepoint Switch. So I flew this a couple days before my crash, and it should have told me already at that point that something went go fatally wrong. So because it was supposed to be coming down, my home point is right there, and this is flown with the motion controller because you can see the circle right there, and I was flying it and I had no problems, and this is a straight line. I'm not doing anything wild with it. I'm not being crazy going through gaps and stuff. I just want to make a nice, let's come close to the ground. Now the one thing that I wanted to tell you guys too is my home point is here. This hill goes up like really steep. It actually goes up, so I'm actually above the initial takeoff point, but she still shows me that I'm 60 feet above the ground. But here it shows with the bottom sensors that I'm only 7.5 or 7.9 feet above the ground. So something is not right with that either. So we keep going, and then now all of a sudden, whoo, home point wet, and she go wacko, and she go left and right, and she does it again. So I get off the trigger, I wait a little bit, and I keep going. Oh, okay, she behaved normal. And afterwards, there was no other incidents. You're gonna see me being not really happy about what just happened, but I'm cautious, and I figured, let's give this a try. So I stop instead of doing a wild turnaround, and I just turn around on its own, and then I just come back. And now you see me actually going slower after this. And then I figured, okay, I'm gonna go above this a little bit because that ravine is actually dry right now. So I actually could climb in if I have to retrieve it, and I come back this way. And I'm coming back to me just to see if she's gonna act dumb again. As you can see, I'm pointing to myself. I'm thinking to myself, okay, if she wants to crash, she can crash right now, but at least I'm gonna be here. And I fly in front of me and say, oh, she's not gonna do anything stupid. Okay, let's go back then. It must have been a glitch. And this is the reason why I didn't really pay attention to it until my crash occurred. And that's when I actually did put one and one together. Okay, now you guys seen Rob HK's video, right? How he crashed his drone. So, and that is pretty much, one more time, his crash footage right here. What? Come on, play. Boom. No, this is not the crash footage. Where's the crash footage? Right here. Right here's the crash footage. So he keeps going, and he goes, and he's like, okay, I'm going. So now watch his maneuver. He's going to do a left turnaround on the spot, and whoop, she does that, right? So she did that. So now I'm going to bring you back to mine. This is how you guys find the footage. Within settings, safety, you scroll down within the safety, and within the safety, you go down, and you find the option that says camera view before loss. Boom. You click on it, and there's your last 10 seconds of your camera. You can't download that. That's the sad part. You cannot download it, so I recorded it. I used my camera to record the screen, which I did, and as you guys can see, just like Rob HK, I was flying normal. I was going over the stuff right there, and I'm coming down and thinking, okay, my confidence level is high. This drone is capable of doing this thing. I'll follow the coastline. Now I want to do a left turn, and same maneuver, full on same maneuver. So this was for the people that tuned in late. And it's freaking hot. I'm sweating. It's really hot in here because outside it's right now. It's like almost 1 o'clock, and it's like 100 degrees in here right now. So, yeah. With that being said, I hope you guys really appreciated this live stream. This is pretty much what I found, and I'm gonna make a dedicated video just like this, which is gonna be shorter. It's gonna be 4 or 5 minutes, so you guys actually gonna be able to see. Let me skip through really quick through the live chat. We have Detra Geo. I wonder how many other times this had happened over land and people have not reported it. Yeah, it's because it just happens not frequently. You know what I mean? Like the problem you're gonna be reporting is you're gonna report it if it happens all the time. Now, if it only happens once in a great while, like once in a while here and there, you're not gonna pay attention to it, and you're gonna be like, you're just gonna wave it off. Why? Because I was a quick glitch, right? And that's how I was until I crashed. And that's when I started looking through my footage. As you guys can see, I have literally footage from every time except for that crash. And lucky thing I found out how, thanks to Jake, the man, Fewless, who actually told me on Facebook Messenger, bro, I think there's an option you can actually look at the last 10 seconds. And I didn't even think of that at all because I never had to retrieve my drone. So why would I think of that? And he was the first one who told me about it. I did go for it, and I looked it up. It's right there in the safety settings, right? And that is the good part, because we all together. And this is why I report this stuff. This is why I make the videos, not to diss DJI. They make some pretty tight shit, to be honest. I'm gonna hold off on flying mine over water. Yeah, I would. Akirasho, DJI Avata submarine. Yeah, man. Bad Tuna, what's up, my man? Sorry here about your Avata, bro. Yeah, I know, right? But it's gonna get resolved. Either or, it's gonna get resolved. And I had a lot of support, and I really appreciate it. I got the donations. I almost got the DJI flyaway stuff covered already with the donations, which is really good. I wonder if DJI Avata can fly without GPS. If GPS is the problem, can we just turn it off while waiting DJI to fix it? I don't know. I do not know. Ray of Sunshine says again, sorry for your loss. Yeah, me too, man. It freaking hurts. I'd rather would be out there flying right now. But hey, I get to talk story with you guys and show what happened. Uncle Bill's Toys. Hey, my dude. What's up, Uncle Bill? Jose Diaz says, I was told to pet the drone, to let the drone hover for a couple seconds before takeoff so it can get a lot of data. I don't know, but that's how I take off now. Well, I do that too. I let her hover for a little bit before I start going, and you get, like I said, confidence level rises based on your experiences with it, that you had no problems. And I was flying way worse between gaps underneath bridges, and the penetration is great on that drone. Like, I had like two concrete buildings in between me and a river at some point, and I was going underneath in the tunnel, coming back on the other side. No problems whatsoever. I lost 1 HD bar. You know what I mean? So my confidence level was like up there, bro. Jose Diaz also said, would you agree if I say there shouldn't be any excuses of how many flips you do because it's not a Mavic? It's supposed to be advanced drone. Well, it's a Cinewhoop after all. It's not made to endure all that pressure on the props, the motor spooling up, trying to catch itself. It's a Cinewhoop. You're supposed to go slowly in between stuff and through buildings, through gaps, tight gaps. Tight gaps you cannot catch with a 5-inch. Tight gaps you cannot hit with a DJI FPV because the damn thing goes like 100 miles an hour unless you're a NERC or a DRL pilot who's like super good in doing it. So the Cinewhoop is not made for it. And I think that's the reason why they only gave it a stick, because they might have known about that. You know, they might have, I don't know if they did the FPV controller before, but they just never tell nobody, you know. But then they send the FPV controller out also to influencers. So the month before, where they were able to fly with that because they didn't want to fly with the stick, you know. So I don't know. Hey, brother, got kicked off. Laugh out loud. Glad you're going to have Avata up soon. Yes, I will have one up. Thanks to you and everybody else who donated. I really, 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 really appreciate you and everybody else. I also pet my drone sometimes. I actually did too. Anyways, I hope you guys, the old motion controller, exactly the same as the new one. Is the old motion controller exactly the same as the new one? I don't know. I send yours on back to you. I wouldn't think why not. I mean, I don't think why not. I mean, you can download the FPV assistant from the DJI website, and then you can plug it in via USB, and the USB-C in the bottom of the motion controller stick, and then probably it's going to show you that you update your firmware, and it should be flying. I don't see why it would be different. Oh, that makes sense for the motion control. It also keeps you in normal and sport mode. That's correct. It keeps you in normal and sport mode, and it restricts you to 31 miles per hour. And it's really, really good. It's really intuitive, except for the one flaw that I don't like is when you go over obstacles like this, and she detects the obstacles, and the faster you go, the higher the distance, the higher the height have to be, and you want to drop down to make like a dive move. She's not going to let you. She's going to hold back, and she's actually keep going. And then I almost ended up in one tree at some point because of that. Isn't petting a drone common practice? It should be, right? It should be. I'm not going to get into that right now. Some might think it's their fault. Yeah, definitely. I thought at first it was my fault, but then I was like, no, it's not my fault. It wasn't my fault. I'm a good pilot. I know what I'm doing, you know? Yeah, most of the time, I think. Yeah, I haven't heard anything. Probably the same. Yeah, I wouldn't see why not, you know? I wouldn't see why not. But I really appreciate all of you guys. Totally appreciate all you guys coming and watching the live stream and stuff. And I hope that this info helped you somehow. I'm going to make a shorter video that is more detailed and probably more zoomed in, and so you guys can see a little bit more, and I'll pause certain things just for informational wise, so nobody has to watch a 1 hour stream to just go through all this stuff. But I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you guys all for coming. Please don't forget at all, be a nice human, make somebody else smile, and definitely pay it forward. I mean, you guys did it with me. Do it for others. Sometimes just holding open the door is nice to do it for somebody, you know. Be nice. Okay. Thank you everybody for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm gonna run the brand again where it says incoming stream, but it's actually outgoing stream. I'm gonna fix that in the near future, but I was so busy with the crash drone, so sorry. All right. Until then, take it easy. I love you all. Aloha. Where's my brand? Where's my brand? Oh, right there. I think I'm going to do that all the time now, like literally all the time, having that video run through and just going through the comments and lighting them up. I think it honors you guys for coming and staying. All right, guys. Aloha.